Hatapu, 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 heru nefer, heru nefer. Peace and blessings. It's glad to see you here with us. We're getting ready to get it in. Looking forward to it on this first day of the new moon. All right, so we're going to get our adumbration in and we're going to get moving. So we're going to start today's session with our Shiasha, move into the all over body check-in. We'll do about a 6 to 8 breath Asar Stance just to get you a reminder, get into it, get the body moving a little bit, that deep breathing, get the body warm. After the all over body check-in, we're going to do the short form, a little bit of Qigong, short form, lunar cycle, and then we're going to introduce the beginning aspects of our Sama series that we do here at the temple. In addition to the other aspects of Sama yoga, we have a particularly specific yoga set or a Sama set yoga for those who make it a little more accessible. That we do in our temple, which is a little different order and process than some other folks do to build up overall strength of the body. So we've been doing that here, getting ready. And so we'll be going to continue the prep for that. Then we're going to do the breathing exercise. And then the next time we're together, we'll do the breathing exercise into the meditation. Not this session, but next session. And then we'll get into the wisdom from the sages of the ages. And we'll Shiasha our way out of class. So let's get to it. All right, Wuchi. To all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Excellent work. Okay, feet parallel, shoulders width. We're going to go through whole short form to make sure we get it in after we do some Asar Stance and Qigong. So we're going to start here today from feet parallel, shoulders width, and we're going to start with the gathering. So sinking down. All right, shake it out. Place the hands here, shift that weight. Go ahead and work that left foot, take it around both directions. Sit it down on the heel and wiggle the toes. Starting with the big toe, working all the way down to the second, middle, fourth, and all the way to the pinky toe, trying to move them one at a time. And we shift the weight. Change direction. Sit it down on the heel. Wiggle the toes. Just the big toe. And work your way to the second, all the way down to the pinky toe. One at a time. And you're going to bring those down. Work the shoulder. Change direction. And the other shoulder. And take it forward. All right, left arm in here, working the hands. Other direction. Look at the fingers. One at a time. And then the other arm and hand. Change direction. Wiggle the fingers. One finger at a time. All right, bring it down. That's where we start with the neck and head. Looking over that left shoulder, take the head up and down. Then head it on to the right shoulder, up and down. In front and center, up and down. Take it around in a circle slowly. Next in breath, go the opposite direction. Next in breath, bring the head right back to front and center. Pyramid hands. Dropping the left hand, palm up, bring the right hand into the chest. Pyramid hands. Breathe in, breathe out, the hands down, bending from the waist. The hands come down, you drop the head right down to the toes. Come back up, pyramid hands. Then down to the toes. Head down. Up again. Breathing in on the way up, of course, out on the way down. In. Out. In. In. Right here, pyramid hands and out. I'm going to drop the left hand and the right hand over. So it looks like we're holding a ball of energy in between the hands. You're going to shift the weight to the right side, exchange the hands, And then shift the weight to the left as we wave hands like clouds. Shifting the hands. All right, back to front and center, central equilibrium. Bring those hands down. Breathing in with the right hand coming up. You exhale, exchange hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping the left hand up as you inhale. Inhale a little more. Inhale a little more. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Front and center as you exhale. Shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. I'm gonna sink down and we're gonna do the short form. Here we go. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. Get into the lunar cycle of the form. Sinking down, sun rises. Check it out. All right, good job, good job. So now what we're gonna do is get a little more into the body here. So we've been spending all this time working with simple kneeling. So I'm gonna do it facing you so we can get ready. All right, so I'm gonna show you how this works. So for this one, we're gonna spend time with simple kneeling, and not just simple kneeling, okay? Just so we're clear. But I want us to begin to sit in simple kneeling, toes, heels, knees together, buttocks resting on the heels. And we want to get the body used to this posture because we spend some time in it for a good number of the different positions that we'll be placing the body in, okay? So this is one. I'm going to do the prep for what we do, and it involves lunges, but I'm not going to do the lunges first today. First, we're going to work on proper body orientation. So we can get set up. So we're feet parallel, shoulders width. I'm going to bring the hands up here. Okay. And we're going to work it out so you can see exactly how it's done, but it's here. And from here, you're going to step into a lunge. So you would step forward, the hands stay. You'd step forward into the lunge and you'd come down. As you come down, the arms stay. Come down into simple kneeling on one leg. Then you come up. Okay. So that's going to be the practice for today. So you want to be able to step forward, come down, come back up, keeping the arms at shoulders height. No stress, not here, but right here. Okay? All right, let me see you try it. Go ahead, arms out, step forward for the lunge. Come down on the knee. Then you bring it in. Yep, and then you stand back up. Straight up. Excellent. The arms stay here. And we're going to bring the arms down. Now, what you should feel is in this deltoid muscle here, deltoid muscles here that work the shoulder, you should feel tension because you're holding the arms up, okay? Now, you should feel some, but if you've been doing your Asar stance and you're at 15 to 20 minutes of Asar stance, this should not be an issue, okay? Now I want us to have a seat, simple lotus. Crisscross applesauce. I'm going to do half. If you want half, is much more comfortable for me when we're sitting. I know we didn't do Asar stance today. Don't worry about that. We're going to get to it. Just the order is a little different today because we're moving our bodies a little differently today. All right? Did a little different Qigong. So, I'm going to sit here. Going to take that right thumb and index finger, palm up, resting on top of the knee. I'll take that left thumb, block off the left nostril, middle and index finger in the center of the forehead, sitting tall. Breathing in, out, in, out, in, out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. And release. Switching hands, no breath. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in and release. Both hands. Breathing in, out, in, out, in, and out. Fire breath. Deep breath in, tuck your chin, and release. Awesome. Now let's stand up briefly. All right. Starting from Wu Chi. All right. So here we go. Now, gonna go pyramid hands. And here into Asar Stance position. And begin. Permanent hands. And then we come up and we shake it. Excellent. Now you should feel a little differently doing the Asar Stance now, and the body should feel really good, okay? So now we're going to get into the wisdom from the sages of the ages, and we're going to get it in. All right, so we ready? Wisdom from the sages of the ages. Clear the mind. The mind and breath must change agilely. Then there is an excellence of roundness and smoothness. This is called the change of insubstantial and substantial. The mind is the commander, the breath the flag, and the waist the banner. The waist is like the axle, and the breath is like the wheel. The breath is always nurtured without harm. Let the breath move as in a pearl with 9 passages without breaks, so that there is no part of the body it cannot reach. In moving, the breath sticks to the back and permeates the spine. And that's from Exposition of Insights into the Practice of the 13 Postures. Teachings of Ptah-Hotep. If you're a guard in a storehouse, stand or sit rather than leave your post and trespass into someone else's place. Follow this rule from the first. Never leave your post, even when fatigued. Keen is the face to one who enters announced, and spacious is the seat of one who has been asked to come in. The storehouse has fixed rules. All behavior is strictly by the rule. Only a god can penetrate the secure warehouse where the rules are followed, even by privileged persons. And we get the Tao Te Ching, the way of government. Tao is eternal and devoid of action. Yet there is nothing it does not do. If kings and nobles can preserve it intact, then 10,000 things will reform of themselves. If after the reform they desire to be active, I shall calm them with the nameless simplicity. The nameless simplicity will induce desirelessness. Desirelessness will tend to quiescence, and the world will set itself on the right course. Then with the coming of Ramadan, beginning tomorrow, the sighting of the first crescent, we will read from Rumi the Masnavi, translated by Javid Mojaddedi. The poor Bedouin and his wife. We're reading from what's the line? So the line in the middle of it. So here we go. Just like a lantern hanging in the air, not moving even slightly while it's there. Then the logician said, it's the sky's pull from all the 6 directions to the full. Like a magnetic vault continually, it holds it like some iron centrally. He then said, you are claiming it's the sky which draws this dark earth, but I can't see why. Perhaps it just repels from every side, with heavy winds that keep the earth inside. The perfect with their minds repel this way, so Pharaoh's wayward soul is kept at bay. Due to repulsion from both worlds, my friend, the lost are left with neither in the end. Then we have reading from the Prophet, Khalil Gibran. And a hermit who visited the city once a year came forth and said, speak to us of pleasure. And the Prophet answered, saying, pleasure is a freedom song, but it is not freedom. It is the blossoming of your desires, but it is not their fruit. It is a depth calling into a height, but it is not the deep nor the high. It is the cage taking wing, but it is not space encompassed. Aye, in very truth, pleasure is a freedom song. And I fain would have you sing it with fullness of heart, yet I would not have you lose your hearts in the singing. Some of your youth seek pleasure as if it were all, and they are judged and rebuked. I would not judge nor rebuke them. I would have them seek. For they shall find pleasure, but not her alone. 7 are her sisters, and the least of them is more beautiful than pleasure. Have you not heard of the man who was digging in the earth for roots and found a treasure? And some of your elders remember pleasures with regret, like wrongs committed in drunkenness. But regret is the beclouding of the mind and not its chastisement. They should remember their pleasures with gratitude, as they would the harvest of a summer. Yet if it comforts them to regret, let them be comforted. All right. Thank y'all so much for your presence, its gift, your participation. And I'm grateful that we were able to spend this time together. I bid you Hetep, and we say to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher, shade. Homage to the ancestors, and bearing witness to the earth and sky, our eternal witnesses. I bid you peace, Hetep. Ankh Uja Seneb, life, health, and strength. Amun Re Nesut Necher, Atum Re Neb, and Ankh. That's it.